Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Odin Sphere, Leifdrasir. In the last episode, we've actually found the secret city of, well, I guess Valentine now. It's what's left of Valentine, really. We found the underground city and we discovered the true purpose of the coins and their importance to the story. So, why don't we have that be a little bit more explained to us?
Newcomer, I shall have you help us collect the coins.
Alright, sounds good to me.
This country produced 3 types of magical coins. This is Valentinian gold. This is an aerial coin. It has a picture of Velvet and Ingwe's mother, see?
Interesting.
And finally, these commemorative coins were made to celebrate the spell cast on all of them.
Now, you may notice that the last commemorative coin actually is a little bit close to the logo of the game itself, a sword through a heart. So I thought that was a nice little touch to the game.
How do you like the subterranean village?
It's a nice place. It could be better. Oops, skipped through that by accident. Anyway, he just basically tells us this. Please keep it a secret. Anyway, this old guy...
What should I do? I cannot take this anymore. How could Princess Velvet depart on her own? Velvet?
So apparently there is an advantage and disadvantage to the curse itself. So the advantage being, well, you're immortal essentially. The problem is you're a small rabbit creature, and I guess these guys just don't want to be that. I don't know. If you had a choice between being immortal and oh, I'm probably gonna need this, aren't I? Yeah, I'm probably gonna need this. I don't have one of these, and I know I'm gonna need it for another area later in the game, so I might as well get it now. I should also put away some stuff while I have the chance. Probably should have just eaten that, but whatever. And let's get rid of a couple of these potions, because I don't really need them all. And I would like some space. Also, I have a ton of seeds that I should really get rid of. The Rosemile can stay. Ah, the dust in this room never ever gets old.
Wait! It's too dangerous!
You should go back. I must be on my way.
I should not have told you about the cauldron.
It creates pure magic. And the Vanir and the Aesir are fighting a war over it. The princess snuck out onto the battlefield alone in order to stop it. I'm so nervous. Princess Velvet.
Why are you so concerned about Princess Velvet?
I can't tell you now. In any case, the Aesir and the Vanir are nearby, fighting over the crystallization cauldron. Why has the princess gone out at a time like this?
It is because the late King Valentine has returned to this world. The cauldron is still active, but it is like being asleep. But that man can manipulate the cauldron like he did during the disaster.
This disaster? When this land was destroyed and its people turned into pukas? What kind of king wishes for the destruction of his own country?
The cauldron ruined Valentine. That nightmare may become reality once again. The only one able to stop King Valentine will be the princess. She knew him.
I have a magic sword. Don't worry about me. I'll help save the princess. Oh, Velvet. Even if we meet, you won't be able to recognize me. But I shall protect you, even if you don't know me.
Alright, and into the gameplay we go. Now, a couple small things about this area. It's pretty much like before, though there are some small interesting things we should probably be making mention of, but I won't at this point because I don't have the things I need. there is going to be a time when we need a specific item to cross a specific area. And I'll make more mention of it when we get there, but it is kind of interesting. Now, overall, I like there's a small thing I wanted to make mention of about the cutscenes that I just kind of noticed. I really like how they're kind of themed like a stage play, with the over-dramatization of the characters' dialogue and the way that there's kind of a spotlight over them whenever there's anything important happening. I just like that. It's a nice touch, and it overall really feels... I don't know, it feels like I'm watching like a Broadway play with a nice like extreme moment. Now, real quick, these boots are the most important thing right now. Well, why, you might ask? Because they're the specific item I need to cross a specific area later in the game. Or at least later in this level. Be careful with the bombs, because this guy's just like before. The bombs can really do some damage if you're not paying attention, and they do knock you around. Hitting them does launch them back, so be careful. You can also hit back the missiles just like before. Though the Berserker is a bit stronger overall this time, so be careful. Make sure not to get dunked on by this guy. It's probably a good idea to kind of keep him stunned as well if you can, because keeping him from moving does prevent a bunch of damage to you overall. Though your main concern should be the blimp because of its incredibly annoying amounts of DPS. Okay, I gotta break that fucking flamethrower. There's no way I'm gonna allow that one to keep on moving. Come on, you stupid. There we go. Most of these are manned by different units, so as long as you can kill the people manning the parts, you should be fine. I kind of ignored it before because I was overpowered as hell as Gwendolyn, and I didn't really need to care as much. But now that I'm Cornelius, it's a little bit harder to deal with all those different things. So it's a good idea to just kind of attack them when you have the chance. Oh god, I don't know how to... I think the electric one is the only one that you can't really get rid of or stop. Though I think it's a good tip is to look at the overmap, which is the one at the top, because it makes it a bunch easier to see when the arc is coming around, so you can just kind of move with it as opposed to against it, or dodge, or do whatever you need to. It doesn't really matter much. I like how he finished that with a critical. I didn't intend for that to be so epic and badass, but it did. But it was. Alright. Now that we got a little more inventory space, we can actually start storing a bunch of more stuff, but those boots are going to come in handy. Now, first of all, let's actually move down to start with, because what I would like is to get that right there. That Fozon crystal is going to be pretty good, and I want it to be sitting pretty in our inventory. God, that slash is so good. It's almost like to me it's like the one-person variant of the X cut in Chrono Trigger. Although, okay, I have to admit something. Chrono Trigger is one of those games that I never could play as a kid because I had an NES, but for some reason my dad skipped the SNES and just went straight to the Nintendo 64 for Christmas, and I was like, well, I don't know what's worse, that I didn't get the I don't know what's better, that I didn't get the thing I wanted, or that I got the thing something that was better. Because I mean, as much as I love the 64, I really wanted the SNES because I knew exactly how many games there were on it, and I knew exactly what I wanted on it. But you know, dealing with the NES was fine too. But I have had plenty of opportunities to play Chrono Trigger, and I just haven't. So maybe I will. I don't know. Tempest. Tornado created from a high-speed spin. This is actually pretty good as a like higher level spell, and I would recommend using it, not sparingly. If you can use it however you'd like. I believe you have to be on the ground to use it. I'm not entirely sure, but upgrading it a little bit right now doesn't seem like a bad idea, considering I have a ton of Fozons, and you know they're just going to waste if you don't use them. All right, got another. I think that was an apple seed. And there's 2 chests in this area, so... And there's also some really weak enemies, apparently. Oh god, bombs everywhere. Please stop, please stop. Just destroy everything. Give me that. A nice rosemile seed to do. Is there should be another chest here though, right? There was only one. Am I crazy? Did I get 2 and I wasn't paying attention? I must have hit it by accident because it's not showing up on the map anymore. Wait, is that a habanero or restore? Restores are pretty good. Muggle seed and some materials. Why not? I can throw some together later so I can show off that one trick I keep talking about but never actually showing because I don't have the time. Worst case scenario, I can just make it in like a tips and tricks or some video or something because honestly, why not? All right, so let's go. No, we can't go that way. We need a key, so let's go up this time. Let's go. And you know what? Screw it. Let's go counterclockwise. What's the worst that could happen? I was gonna say let's just go clockwise and not care, but hey. So the fun part about the combat here is that not a lot of people know, but you can break their armor without having to slide if you just go through them. So the reason why I really like the that slash, right, is that boom, you get right behind them. So even if they're defending, you can knock over the front line that aren't defending, and just do a bunch of damage while simultaneously breaking their guard on the rebound. It's fun. It's an interesting ability. I like it. That step and dash always is a fun ability. It is criminally underutilized though, in my personal opinion. Sweet, we got some tuna and some shrimp, some shrimp. All right, some fish fillet. There's a rest area up top, so this is probably going to be our ending point, if anything. And we'll keep on keeping on. Alright, so we need this place for a key. My kingdom for a key, right? Easy stuff. I probably should be using my magic abilities a little bit more freely, considering that I have a ton of... there's just going to be a ton of Phozons dropping now, and not only that, there's just a ton of other stuff too, like... Oh god! There's just a bunch of ways to restore your magic, and it's very, very easy. Good old Dragon's Key. Never got that before, so... Let's keep on keeping on. Oh boy, I can't wait for there to be more freaking bombs. I don't know how I just did that ability, but it really knocked them off. Knocked them freaking all over the place. There we go. Some pots. Some coins. There's a chest up here. Naturalize. Perfect. Now I don't have to make one. I can just upgrade that one. Perfect. Naturalize is super useful for getting Phozons. It's something that I probably should have showed off last time with Gwendolyn. And it's a thing that you can pretty much do with everybody. But the problem is you need food. Most food items are what get turned into Phozons. Meaning if you like buy food or buy material, like... Yeah, basically if you just buy food... You can turn that food into Phozons by using Naturalize. So it's a good idea, especially if you're just looking to max out all your abilities. Freaking explosive wave because I wasn't paying attention to the top screen. I was paying attention to the bottom screen. There we go. And now that we've finally got rid of all of these guys, we can actually use our key, our brand new key, to enter into a more indoorsy area. Something unique for this place. We've never really been down in these kind of catacombs-like areas with Gwendolyn. She kind of glossed over this area, really. They were all fighting on the top of the battlefields and not really underneath. But that is a nice view right there. Really well done overall. I think there's a thing here. Yeah, there we go. Coob's Bane. And now we're fighting... So a nice touch is that since we're not allied with any of the sides, both of them are trying to fight us. So not only are the elves trying to kick our ass, what is it? I don't know what to call them. I guess the humans and dwarves are trying to kill us too. Get dunked. These guys are super easy because honestly I'm still over leveled. I try to stay like 3 levels close to the cap just to make sure that I'm not like too far. But overall I always feel over leveled no matter what. Especially with the new combat system, it just feels so much easier to get damage off overall. Alright, not bad. I'm probably gonna want to get to a closer rest area so I don't have to, you know, teleport all the way around. A recipe? An alchemy recipe. Lucky mix, huh? Brings you good luck. You might pick up something unexpected. It increases your drop rate, basically. That's pretty much it. You don't need to stress too much about it. Now, we are going to... The boss is that way. We want to go up, actually. This is a pseudo rest area. It's not really a rest area, but I mean, I might treat it as one, considering there's a teleport area here. Usually I use the rest areas as them, but I don't see why I couldn't use it in an area like this, as long as the enemies are cleared out. Because they don't come back. As long as I don't, you know... As long as I don't leave and come back, they pretty much stay the way they are. If you leave the area and come back, that's when the enemies actually respawn, so that's just something to consider every time you want to leave or level up or do something. Alright, nothing else here. I can go over there, or I can continue on this route. Now, this is the area where I told you before, you really need those iron boots, friends. Now, we should go to our inventory here real quick. Get rid of the ice-proof charm. I don't think we need it anymore. But I like the vampiric ring. The gourmet ring, not as important. But the stone boots become heavy and hard to be knocked away. Right? So, because of that, we can walk freely within this torrent. Now, the problem being you can't jump with the iron boots at all. Like, your jump becomes super short. So, de-equip them as soon as possible. They're not really useful. They're not designed to be useful. They're just... Well, they're just there to be there. Also, I had that moon pendant, which I've been sitting on. I probably should have equipped it sooner, but who cares? So, we got the draw ring. Sweet. The draw ring +1. It's a very, very good ring. I actually like it a lot. The reason why is because it brings a bunch of stuff to you, and it increases your defense by a metric fuck ton. Like, holy crap, do you see how much freaking... it's literally double most of my smaller items. It's great. The draw ring. So, we can also go up if you want to explore a little bit, but there's really nothing important here, I don't think. Nothing besides this little butterfly. Thank you, friend. And I believe we are... Yeah, there we go. So, fun little thing you can do. If you take off the boots and go back onto the torrent, you'll notice that you move super fast. Because without the boots, you are not being held down. So, one last thing I'm going to do before I end this off. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll actually save that for the next episode. That little area right there. So, with that, I guess I'll just say, I'll see you guys in the next episode. So, hope you're having a good one, everybody, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So, see you later, everybody. Sorry for that messed up outro there.